Jesus came to make all things new.
Christian Assembly is a pretty just simple place. At the very core of everything is the gospel, and the core of the gospel is Jesus. Probably the timeless message of Christmas is that Jesus didn't come in a sanitized, sterile environment. I mean, things were a mess. And the one thing I think I can get most people to say amen to is that the world is in a mess. And so we celebrate that God does not distance himself from us, but continues to come. And so it's with that in mind that there's a great sense of hopefulness.
Hi, I'm Gloria Locke with SCV-Arts and Entertainment here at Christian Assembly in Los Angeles with the world-renowned singer-songwriter Tommy Walker, whose name is synonymous with worship music. Hi, Tommy. How are you?
Hi. At least on Eagle Rock, 2424 Colorado Boulevard, they know who I am at Christian Assembly.
Oh, I know that your music is played throughout the world, worldwide. And how did you become grounded in worship music?
Well, like so many artists, I was writing and making demos, and I'm originally from El Paso, Texas, and I moved to California to go to music school to pursue the dream and everything, and nothing was happening for me. And in the meantime, I found this little church called Christian Assembly, and I was still writing my songs, and at one point Pastor Mark Pickrell said, "Why don't you write worship songs for Christian Assembly?" I thought, well, nobody else wants my songs, so I started writing worship songs for this community here, and that's when God began to bless them and spread them around.
He knows my name. How did that come about?
Actually originated, Pastor Mark came in my office and said, "I have a sermon called He Knows My Name. Can you write a song to go with it?" Probably took me 20 minutes at the most to write it, and I thought it was terrible, but I thought, well, maybe it'll work in kids' church. And it ended up going around the world. So many places. I think of it in the Philippines, where I met this little orphan named Jerry, and he kept saying, "Tommy, what's my name?" I finally realized he was an orphan and he wanted to hear the sound of his name, to be known, because ultimately what we all long for is to be known and to be loved. And I got to sing him that song and tell him there's one much greater than me who knows your name. So.
It's a beautiful story. In this culture, we can sit at home, we can watch TV, but you bring people in by the worship. How does that happen?
Yeah, well, music is the universal language, you know. And I was thinking about that verse in the Bible where it said that the angels appeared and said, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, peace on earth, goodwill to men." And they were praising God. And that was the first Christmas song when Jesus was born. So it's no wonder somehow it's just in us to sing at Christmas time. And I believe everyone is ultimately created to sing and to worship their Creator.
And you have a new album out now to do just that, Living in the Wonder.
Really, the inspiration for that album is people they think of God as being so small and so inadequate and so unnecessary, where I want to remind people how awesome He is and beautiful and glorious He is. And that's what worship music does. It reminds us of the beauty and glory of God. And so that's the prayer of that project, that it'll inspire worship and fear and awe of such a wonderful God.
Christmas time. Tell us about what the Christian Assembly Church is going to have going on in worship.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. It's kind of turned into a tradition here since I'm a writer. Every year I write a new kind of Christmas worship song for our big celebration. But this year I got to write it with our other two worship leaders and Pastor Mark. So four of us all wrote this Christmas worship song together, and we're going to teach it to the whole church so that the whole entire church will become the choir. And this fresh out of the box song will become a song of praise throughout the whole church. So.
Great. So we're invited to be a part of that.
Please come. Please come and sing harmony and be a part of it.
That's great, Tommy. Anything from your heart you'd like to share today as we close?
When we were writing this song yesterday, when Jesus was born into the earth, the world he came into was total chaos. But he was born to bring to our chaos and our fear, everything going on in our lives, to bring his joy and his peace this Christmas. So I pray that for those watching.
I'll join in that prayer. Well, thank you so much for seeing us today. We look forward to the worship. We look forward to Christmas. We look forward to sharing this time with you and with Christian Assembly Church and Tommy Walker. And your awesome new album, Living in the Wonder, available in English and in Spanish. For SCV Arts and Entertainment, I'm Gloria Locke, and we're keeping Christ in Christmas.